Good Morning Enid. It is Thursday, October 11th, 7:30 in the morning on a very cool 47-degree Thursday. I love this cool fall weather. Welcome to our breast cancer awareness show for this Thursday. Grab a cup of coffee and join us because for the next 30 minutes, we have a doctor in the house to help us with our topic today. But we've got news, weather, sports, and all kinds of entertainment news. We are live streaming around the globe. So we want to say good Thursday morning to all of our friends from Japan all the way to Germany that are watching Good Morning Enid. And we also want to say hello to our very faithful viewers here in Enid on the Enid Television Network. This is Good Morning Enid. It is time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is pretty chilly, as Steve said, about 47 degrees, but let's take a look at what it's going to be later on. Looks like it's not going to get all that much warmer, only a high of 57 later on today. Tonight's low is about 48. There's going to be some early clouds with some sun expected later on today. 50% chance of overnight showers, and the winds are pretty low, only 10 to 15 miles an hour on the northeastern side. So a pretty chilly day, but you know what? I like this weather. I like 57.
Well, again, Erin's from the North Country. She's from Minnesota. So this is still flip-flop weather to you.
It's still summer, basically.
At 47 degrees. So let's take a look at the three-day forecast. Again, we have another big football weekend, and there's festivals, all kinds of things going on. And you can see what Friday looks like. I guess Friday's going to be our warm day, folks, as you're preparing your wardrobe for the weekend. So really fall has arrived, 60s to the 50s, and Sunday's looking like it really is fall. Look at that, 34 degrees when you go to work on Monday morning. So that's what the weather looks like for the three-day forecast. Well, again, welcome to our Breast Cancer Awareness Show every year. This is our fourth year that we've been able to do that. And we want to say special thanks to Dr. Samantha Moery. Dr. Moery, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Enid. Dr. Murray's at St. Mary's and a variety of other places, so she was kind of sharing with us her schedule. So thanks for being with us today. Now, besides being a physician, we need your help with the weather. So we have this little segment called On This Day in History. So let's see what the temperatures are like. You want to share those with us?
In 1979, it looks like the high was 93, and in 1932, the low got down to 34.
So that's kind of the typical fall, typical Oklahoma temperatures. 60-degree difference, highs in the 90s and the low near the freezing mark. So, okay, it's 7:33. Again, thanks for joining us. And we already had the bus stop forecast. So after the bus stop, we always find out, well, what's on the lunch menu?
Yes, what is on the lunch menu today? It looks like we're having breaded chicken legs, mixed vegetables, celery sticks, and wow butter. Did you figure out what wow butter was yet?
Wow butter. Yeah, we've
every time.
We've said what it was.
Peanut butter without peanuts. That's what it is. All right, hot rolls, diced pears, milk, and tomorrow we're having hot dogs, sun chips, fresh carrots, green beans, diced peaches, and milk.
Dr. Murray, did you know what wow butter was?
I did not. I learned something this morning.
You learned something today. Okay, so you can tell all your patients today when you go in and go, wow. No. That's peanuts without, never mind. Peanut butter without peanuts. So, yeah, this is an educational show as well, Dr. Murray. So, okay, it's 7:34. If you want to find out what took place overnight regarding the news and sports, we turn to one person, and that is Derek Silas. He's the bow tie guy, and he has the Oklahoma Minute.
Earlier this week, Nikki Haley announced that she will resign as the United States ambassador to the United Nations. And Governor Mary Fallin declares a state of emergency due to widespread rain and high winds. Commissioner George Pankinen is the first to announce that he will run for mayor in the next city election, which is scheduled for February 2019. Current Mayor Shuey is on his last term. And there's an opportunity to volunteer Saturday from 8:30 to noon to help Red Cross install smoke alarms in people's homes. To contact Dan Scheidel at United Way if you want to help in this effort. Well, Tulsa University is currently 1-4, having lost 2 games in the American League. Tomorrow they will play South Florida in Tulsa. It will air on ESPN, and you can hear it on Big Country 99.5 FM. Oklahoma State is currently 4-2, having lost 2 games in the Big 12. Saturday they will go up against Kansas State at 11 a.m. It will air on ESPN. University of Oklahoma has a bye week. The first regular season game for Oklahoma City Thunder will be coming up this Tuesday in Oakland, California against Golden State at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. It will air on TNT. And on this day in history, in 2002, former President Jimmy Carter wins the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you, Derek. It's 7:36 on this Thursday morning. Holding steady around 47. And again, if you're preparing to get the kids to the school, to the bus stop, or just to get outside, high today is going to be 57s, and our winds are going to be out of the northeast around 10-15, as Aaron said earlier. So that's kind of a sweater type light jacket weather today, I think. If you have any pictures, if you go to a maze or any fall festival where there's pumpkins or anything like that, or just to see a bunch of Holstein cows like we have on our screen, send us that picture at gme@enid.org, and we'd be more than happy to put that photo on the morning show. gme@enid.org is when you can send our pictures. Before we have our entertainment segment here this morning, Dr. Moery, tell us a little bit about yourself, not necessarily in the professional sense, but you're homegrown Oklahoma, right?
Yes, I'm from Hennessy, Oklahoma. Graduated from Hennessy High School. Started my college path here in Enid at Phillips University, and then when that closed, went to Oklahoma Christian and earned my Doctor of Osteopathy at Oklahoma State University College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Okay, very good. Hennessy, is that the Eagles?
Yes.
Is that right? I was trying to remember. I used to be really well versed in mascots, high school mascots, so I was trying to remember. It's 7:37. We always turn to another individual that is just a wealth of information, and that's Erin, and she has what's happening.
Yes, and there is a lot going on this weekend. If you are a dog lover, there is the Sooner State Kennel Club Dog Show this weekend, starting on Friday and running until Sunday. Starts Friday at 1 p.m. and starts on Saturday and Sunday at 9. It's at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center. It's the 75th anniversary of this kennel club, so it's a pretty big number for this club. There's dogs that are going to be judged in conformation, obedience, rally, agility, and lure coursing. The mayor, police chief, and the fire chief will all be there handing out the awards. It's a pretty big deal. And there will be raffle and vendors. So if you love dogs, this is definitely an event to go to because they will be doing all different kinds of tricks and courses, and you'll definitely be able to see a bunch of very cute puppies. And after that, we have the Community Cultural Celebration on Saturday at Government Springs Park North. But if it is raining, which the weather does look like it's going to be, it will be at the Central National Bank Center. So keep a lookout. It should be determined on Friday whether it's going to be at the Government Springs or at the Central National Bank Center, but keep a lookout for that. It's free admission. There is different cultural traditions that you can experience through art, entertainment, music, fashion, and food. There'll be different live performances, activity booths, and children's activities, so it's children friendly. And if you want any food, want to do some crafts, this is definitely an event to go to. And finally, we have the Christ UMC Pumpkin Patch, which is open all week, Sunday through Friday, 12 to 8, and Saturday, 10 to 8. This goes on all through October, but just thought I'd mention it now. It's at the Christ United Enid Pumpkin Patch at the corner of Cleveland and Randolph. They will also have a couple events at this pumpkin patch. On October 27th, there's going to be a pumpkin carving contest and family movie night of The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And finally, on October 31st, Halloween, they'll have a trick-or-treat in the pumpkin patch. So if you're looking for any great Halloween spirit, definitely go to this pumpkin patch and carve some pumpkins. And that's what's happening.
Tell us again about the obedience school. Where's that at?
That's at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center.
Okay. When you said that, first thing came to mind, my wife is always suggesting that I go to obedience school.
Oh, so you need to go to this.
So besides your dog going, I've always been encouraged by my wife, man, we got to send you to obedience school, Steve. So just anyway. Okay, at 7:39, as you notice, the bow tie guy was sporting a nice pink, very GQ-ish looking pink shirt today, and we're all kind of sporting our pink in support of our annual Breast Cancer Awareness Show, and we thank you for joining us. We have a little promo that we're going to show here in the next moment, and then we'll be back with our very special guest, Dr. Samantha Moery. Stay with us. Nearly 47 degrees on this cool fall Thursday morning. I can't believe it's already October 11th. We're almost halfway through. And look out, ladies. Thanksgiving's just a little over a month away. So again, Dr. Samantha Moery's with us today from St. Mary's. We appreciate Dr. Moery to be with us. We were talking earlier before we went on the air, Doctor, about I was reading your bio, and you've gone all the way from Taco Mayo to a physician.
That's right.
How did that happen? How
Well,
did you get to your ultimate destination?
I always knew I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
I think it's a calling. But to get through and to help pay with the bills, I worked at Taco Mayo and then made it into medical school. And
Well, I think we've all done a variety of unique jobs because we knew where we wanted to end up. And we're going to do whatever it takes to help us get there.
That's right.
Well, welcome. We're glad that you're with us. And there's nothing wrong with Taco Mayo, folks, okay? I'm just telling you that this is a great example of just staying committed to the cause. So, well, welcome.
thank you.
And as Steve said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What is the #1 recommendation for women for preventing breast cancer?
Unfortunately, there are things you can't change about your risk for breast cancer. You can't change your family history. You can't change your personal history. But you can do the best to stay healthy by eating healthy, exercising. If you're a smoker, trying to quit smoking, only drinking alcohol in moderation. And if you need hormone replacement therapy, limiting the dose and duration of that. And then as far as early detection, getting that mammogram.
Dr. Moery, in preparation for our visit this morning, I was looking at some of the statistics, and I don't know if these were Oklahoma statistics. I think they were overall here in America. But it said breast cancer is #2 cancer in women. 1 in 8 will have it. So the question is, as a country, and you may not be able to speak to the West and East Coast, but just on your personal views as a country, how are we doing battling breast cancer? Or do we have a handle on it, you think, or?
I think
Is it still beating us up?
it's still there. It's going to be there.
Okay.
Especially on the genetic side.
Okay.
And I saw you had that graphic up. It does look like about 250,000 new cases this year. But I think we're doing a better job at getting the word out to get those mammograms in. If we can find it early, women have a better chance, and men, at beating that disease and going on to live their life.
When you mentioned this mammogram screening, when should people start actually doing the screening?
Most physicians are going to say at 40. They're in the high-risk population, you're going to start younger. We screen down to 30 in the high-risk population. But at 40, we definitely want to have at least a baseline, and then at 45, getting those yearly mammograms. A few years ago, the U.S. Task Force came out with a biennial, every 2-year guideline. But most of the time, we're recommending yearly mammograms based on histories, both in the patient and their family.
You've already answered my next question about the frequency of a mammogram, but you just mentioned depending on history. What do you mean by history? If somebody's watching this morning and said, well, okay, I do the once every 3-year deal, but she's saying once a year depending on history.
Yes.
Are we talking mom and dad history, family history?
If you had a parent, if
Okay.
you had a first-degree relative with breast cancer,
Okay.
if as a child you had chest radiation, they might have had if they had a Hodgkin's lymphoma as a child, and just based on their own personal history, if they've had a lump that's being followed, they would definitely need to be followed closer than every 2 years.
Okay.
You kind of answered my question too. What are you looking for in mammograms when people get screened?
Lumps, masses, cysts, calcifications, anything that looks suspicious.
Good morning, Enid, at 7:45 on this Thursday, and again, October 11th. And we're working our way up to a very pleasant, cool fall, 57 degrees today. Could want to be kind of partly cloudy with that chance of rain coming up on Friday. But our winds are going to be out of the north today, so it's going to be sweater weather, if you will. Our special guest, Dr. Samantha Moery, with us talking about breast cancer awareness. Dr. Moery, the self-evaluation or self-exam, can you kind of talk us through that? How important is it, and what's involved?
We used to really push monthly self-breast
exam. Is it a lot more
exam.
than just standing in front of a mirror, I guess?
It's important for people to know their breast tissue so that if they notice a change, feel a lump or something just doesn't look right in the skin, to call the doctor, get in, have that checked, and get the appropriate imaging ordered.
Okay.
Normally, at least when I think of it, you usually think of breast cancer in women typically, but is it a concern for men as well?
Men can actually get breast cancer, and we actually send men over to women's imaging to get their mammogram on occasion. The risk is lower. It's about 1 in 800 versus the 1 in 8.
Dr. Moery, here at the Enid Television Network, at least on Good Morning Enid, for the past 4 years, we've done our part to raise awareness about breast cancer awareness, wearing pink, and you know, having a guest like you on our show. You'll see some of the NFL football players during October, they'll have pink parts, I guess is the term, on their uniforms. And even here in Enid, the high school football team will wear pink with their uniforms, stuff like that, all to raise awareness about breast cancer awareness. What else can a community do, or even our country, what else can we do to raise this most important issue?
I think those are great things. Hennessy actually has pink out tonight, our football game. Susan G. Komen has walk/run events. Right. The American Cancer Society has a breast strides walk. All those get information out there, get awareness out there, remind women to get their mammogram. If you have a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, a sister, a friend, ask them, have you gotten your mammogram up today? Encourage them to get out there and get that done.
For all these women who have breast cancer or are concerned about breast cancer, does St. Mary's have any advice or somewhere to call for any of these women who are concerned about it?
Women's imaging can always be contacted to set up their mammogram. Their personal physician can help them with that as well. St. Mary's has what we call a nurse navigator. Her name is Wesley White. She does a great job helping women who have to go under for a breast biopsy and helping them navigate the system and what their next step would be to seek care.
We have another question for Dr. Moery before we get back to the news with Derek Silas in just a moment. Dr. Moery, you mentioned earlier about, to me before we came on the set, Think Pink Luncheon. That's coming up on October 26th.
October 26th.
Tell us about what is Think Pink Luncheon.
Think Pink Luncheon is going to be at Women's Imaging from 12 to noon. It's free, but you do need a reservation. So the phone number is 580-249-9339. And that will be hosted by Dr. Emily Cooper, one of my colleagues. She's a great doctor.
So what's going to go on besides everybody eating?
And they have another guest speaker there, Sarah McLean, who is a breast cancer survivor.
Okay. So again, as you saw on the screen, Ben, thank you for putting that up. Think Pink Luncheon coming up from 12 to 1 on October 26th. Well, we'll have more with Dr. Moery in just a moment, but we got to keep pressing on.
Yes, we do. And if you missed the news earlier today, we have one guy who knows all the news and weather and sports, everything, and that is Derek Silas with the Oklahoma Minute.
Why, thank you, Aaron. Earlier this week, Nikki Haley announced that she will resign as the United States ambassador to the United Nations, and Governor Mary Fallin declares a state of emergency due to widespread rain and high winds. Commissioner George Pankinen is the first to announce that he will run for mayor in the next city election, which is February 2019. There's an opportunity to volunteer Saturday from 8:30 to noon to help Red Cross install smoke alarms in the homes of people. You can contact Dan Scheidel at United Way if you want to assist in this effort. Tulsa University will play tomorrow against South Florida in Tulsa. It will air on ESPN. Oklahoma State will go up against Kansas State Saturday at 11 a.m. It will air on ESPN, and the University of Oklahoma has a bye week. The first regular season game for Oklahoma City Thunder will be against Golden State at 9:30 this coming Tuesday, and will air on TNT. This day in history, in 2002, former President Jimmy Carter wins the Nobel Peace Prize for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Is there any way that we can get a close-up on Mr. Silas's bow tie? Is there any way? He's saying no, there's no way. Derek, can you describe that tie? Doesn't it have the pink ribbon? It looks like it has the pink ribbon. Now that's commitment to the show, right? Anyway, it's impressive looking. Thanks for wearing that. It's 7:51 on this Thursday, and I think Hennessy, did you say tonight they're playing football? Let's look at Friday Night Lights. Dr. Moery, we always have our slide up for Friday Night Football, and I think the games that are highlighted there in the, is it the gold? Yeah, or Thursday night. So you want to read who's playing Thursday night? Those are the ones in gold.
Tonight we have Oklahoma Christian at Hennessy, my hometown, and it's pink out.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. And then Perry at Newkirk.
Go Maroons.
And Ringwood at Wacomas.
Okay, so those are the Thursday night games, and then on Friday we see where Enid's on the road. The Plains are on the road. They will travel to Norman, play the Tigers, and you can see some of the other games as well. Of course, game with Chisholm, Timberlake down at the end. It's all football Friday night. This is perfect weather for that. It was a really sad day in Oklahoma. Oklahoma State got beat. Oklahoma got, besides got beat, they got embarrassed. How did the Minnesota Gophers do?
I don't know. I know the Vikings won. They beat the Eagles, and one of our linemen actually scored a touchdown.
Very good. So you know nothing about the Minnesota Gophers, huh?
I don't usually watch the Gophers.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can bring the three-day weather up here at 7:52 on this Thursday morning. So as we're planning the weekend, Dr. Moery, help us out with the three-day forecast. You got big plans for your family on Saturday and Sunday? If so, you may need a, what, umbrella?
I think we're going to need umbrellas. Saturday looks like it could rain, and Friday looks like it'll be our warm day at 63, and then it looks like it's just going to get colder over the weekend.
Yeah. And that's the forecast, and we're always trying to help you plan for the weekend. I think Oklahoma State's on the road at Kansas State this weekend, so I think we have some city council meetings announcements for next week. Aaron, do you know if we have that?
We do have a city council meeting this Tuesday, October 16th, in the lower level conference room of the admin building on F401K East Owen-K Garriott. And then I think we have the MAP meeting too. Is that this weekend?
MAPC will be next Monday as well.
Next Monday, yep.
There it is on the screen. MAPC, 6 o'clock. And again, those will be televised live on Channel 12 and 112 on the Enid Television Network. And also live streaming. If you do not have cable, you can still watch these meetings. You go to enidtv.org on a website, and you will be able to see this show and all of those city government shows as well. Well, if you're able to stay with us at 8 o'clock this morning, I had the privilege to sit down and speak with the Oklahoma Insurance Commissioner, and that's John Doak. And we talked all things about insurance, and that's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. So, okay, it's almost time for your segment.
My favorite segment. And after last week, if you saw Pumpkin Spice, here's another very festive puppy named Candy Corn. So, Charlotte, take it away.
Hi, good morning. Today we have Candy Corn. Candy Corn is in pen 28, and she is a 5-month-old female pit bull mix, and she is looking for her forever home. She is dog friendly and really loves to play, and she'd be really great for an active family. So come by and meet Candy Corn today. She does love belly rubs too.
was candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn, a very rambunctious puppy.
And we want to remind everybody that when you adopt a pet, you can choose the name. So if you're not too thrilled about candy corn, then you can choose the name. Anyway, 249-4910. The bus stop forecast, I wonder if we can bring that up so Aaron can remind us what the bus stop forecast will look like today as you're planning your day.
It is kind of chilly right now, 47 degrees. High later today of 57 and a low tonight of 48. But overall, it's going to be a little bit sunny later on and maybe some rain later tonight. But pretty nice fall day, if I do say so myself.
Yep, like the cooler weather, Our special guest, Dr. Samantha Moery from St. Mary's. Dr. Moery, one of the discussions we had just a few moments ago, are there so-called symptoms that it kind of sets off a caution light to someone that may have breast cancer?
I think the biggest thing is if a person notices a change in breast tissue, whether it be a lump or even a lump up in the armpit area, or a skin change, a skin lesion or dimpling, it's a reason to call the doctor immediately and get that checked out. The purpose of the mammogram is to catch lesions early, things that we might not even be able to feel, and that's why it's important to stay on top of that. That way, if we have early detection, treatment is a lot easier.
So it's more of a physical deal versus someone that feels tired, or
You may not feel tired.
you may just feel great, but
You may feel absolutely wonderful.
Okay. And I think Aaron was asking about, of course, I'm sure once it's determined, there's a variety of next steps. For a viewer watching that's maybe really concerned, maybe they need some courage, maybe they need some encouragement to follow up. How would you address that person? They may just be scared.
There's
know
going to be a lot of fear.
There could be,
Yes.
I don't want to know, or something.
Yes.
So what would you say to that individual?
A lot of times I say, if the mammogram's clear, then great, you have peace of mind. If we find something, then we get on top of it. We get the team involved, get you over to the surgeon, to the oncologist, whatever you need. Like I said, we have our nurse navigator, Wesley White. She does a great job in helping patients navigate the system. Your primary care office is always a great resource for where do you want to go next and working through that process.
Did you have another question, or do we
That was pretty much my question.
Okay.
Like, what is your first step after you get diagnosed with breast cancer?
It depends on the biopsy results, but it usually means meeting with an oncologist and a surgeon.
So, Dr. Moery, in case somebody is watching you this morning in their hospital bed, you'll go do your hospital rounds and get to say hi to them, whatever. What is the most rewarding part about your work?
I think seeing families. I take care of families and family medicine, getting to see generations, or in a family unit, getting to see everyone from the baby to great-grandmother.
You said earlier when we started the show this morning that you knew, no matter what job you were doing, that you were going to be a physician. You wanted to be a doctor.
I did.
How did you know that? Did you get this letter in the mail to confirm it, or?
No, I truly think it's a calling. I initially, when I was much younger, thought I wanted to be a veterinarian, but decided I wanted to stick with humans. So
Close. I'm going to dog obedience school, so it's close.
There you go.
Dr. Samantha Moery is our special guest on our breast cancer awareness show today. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll hope to have you back. Okay, it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yep, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy this fall weather, and thank you so much for joining us, Enid.